There we go. I have 4 o'clock on my computer, so perhaps we'll start. So welcome everyone to our Committee of Adjustment meeting today, July the 14th. I'll call this meeting open and ask, is there any regrets? Is Dennis Cumo member meeting with us today?
I'm expecting Dennis, Madam Chairperson, but no sign of him yet.
Okay, perhaps he'll be here in a minute then. And was there any call for deferrals or withdrawals to the matter before the committee?
There was not.
Okay, great. So at this time, I'll ask all committee members if anyone has any declaration of pecuniary interest. And seeing none. So that moves us on to the agenda item number 3, minutes from previous meeting. If I could have someone to move. Bob Stanners, and seconded by Matt Duff. That I have a recommendation before us that the minutes of the Township of Mapleton Committee of Adjustment hearing held on June the 16th, 2021 be confirmed as circulated in the agenda package. Did anyone have any errors or omissions to report? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor? All those against? The motion is carried. Did anyone have any matters arising from the minutes? Oh, seeing none. So that puts us into number 5. It's our application for minor variance, and welcome Dave to the meeting. And this is a public meeting, and the following will be our one and only hearing today. And the committee reviews each application on their own with the provided information, and let it be known that no precedent shall be set by any application heard today. So that moves us into hearing number A2021-09, Mapleview Farms, Inc. The location of the subject property is legally described as Part Lot 5 and 6, Concession 3, Maryborough, and is municipally known as 8539 Concession 3. And the purpose and the effect of the variance application is to provide relief from the minimum distance separation 2, MDS 2, from type B land use. The applicants are proposing to construct a new liquid manure storage tank, which will require relief from the hamlet of Lebanon, which is considered a type B land use. Other variances may be considered where deemed necessary. So at this time, I'll call upon our Secretary Treasurer regarding notifications and comments received to date.
Thank you, ma'am. Staff can confirm the following. Property owners and agencies were provided with notice on June 29th. Postings were completed on June 4th. Or sorry, July 4th, I guess that will be. Comments were received from Fire Chief Rick Richardson, CBO Patty Wright, Wellington County Planner Matthew Daou, and Wellington Source Water Protection, and they are included in the agenda package, and no ratepayer comments were received.
Thank you. So at this time, I'm going to call upon our Township Planner, Linda Redmond, to give her comments for the committee.
Thank you, Chair. So there's not much more for me to add at this point. It is a minor variance because it's considered adjacent to a type B land use. If it weren't for Lebanon, they would be in compliance with the MDS requirements, but Lebanon bumps it up, which essentially doubles the requirements for MDS. It meets all other requirements under the zoning bylaw, as well as all the other MDS setback requirements. And the location is appropriate for the functioning of the farm. So we have no concerns with where it's being located. It does meet the setback to the natural environment zone, which is adjacent to, you can see it's almost runs parallel to the barns. And it meets the setback to that. So we have no concerns. Relief of 100 feet is probably would be considered minor in our opinion. So we have no concerns.
Thank you. So at this time, I know we have Dave present, and just wondering if you would like to speak to the application, if you would like to share any comments with the committee at this time.
Sure. Thank you, Madam Chairperson and the rest of the committee. Dave Johnston, a part owner of Mapleview Farms. My brother Doug sends his regrets. He's actually out in the sprayer today, getting some wheat ready to combine next week. So yes, we're proposing this new tank. The current manure system that's there goes to the south. So it's a solid manure system with a runoff tank. And we took over this farm, purchased it last August. And we've had a lot of trouble getting the runoff actually to get into that tank, especially during the winter time. The manure isn't as liquid as it is during the summertime. And we had a trouble last winter getting the manure would go around it and head towards the municipal drain. So we applied for funding through Grand River. And they came through with funding application, and we were successful. And we would like to place it out to the east and go with a complete liquid system. So the manure would come straight out of the barn to the east and drop right into the liquid manure tank. So we would have no chance of any runoff or anything like that anymore. Unfortunately, when we did the measurements, we were a little too close to Lebanon, hence the reason for this application. But the funny thing is we will be further away from Lebanon than the current manure tank that we will be abandoning. So in my opinion, we are actually making the system a little bit better. So that's the reason for the application. We're hoping construction can carry on yet this fall. I'd be more than willing to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. So at this time, anyone else attending, and I do not see anybody on my call, but I don't know. I always throw it out anyways, just in case they're hiding somewhere and I don't see them. But if anyone else wishes to speak, now is the time. And it's either for or against this application. So now I'll call upon our committee members. Perhaps I'll start alphabetically. So I'll start with Member Duff. Do you have any comments or concerns on this application?
No, seems pretty straightforward and seems like it's fixing a problem. So I got no questions.
Thank you. Member Sheik, do you have any questions or concerns?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. No, I do not have any questions. It looks fairly straightforward. And like Matt said, it looks to be fixing an existing problem. So that's good. I have no further questions.
Thank you. Member Stanners?
Yes, thank you through you, Chairperson Woodham. I have no problem with this at all. Like when I do some numbers on some of these variances, and this is 92% of required, and that little difference is very minor. And to hear the owner's application where he's fixing a problem from having septic or barn sewage waste, manure, you might as well call it, not going to a creek anymore. I think it is a win-win for everybody, the Conservation Authority and for Mapleview Farms. So personally, I have no problem at all. Thank you.
Thank you. And yes, I have no comments or concerns on this whatsoever either. This is a true minor variance and one that I feel that does alleviate problems, and it's good to see to come forward for sure. So if I'm hearing our committee, I believe that we are going to go with a recommendation. So if I could have a mover, Member Sheik, and seconded by Member Stanners. So I have a recommendation before us that the minor variance applied for in application A 2021-09 located at 8539 Concession 3, legally described as Part Lot 5 and 6, Concession 3, Maryborough, to provide the following relief as proposed. So the MDS2 setbacks, type B use, to be proposed to 335 meters or 1,100 feet. So any questions or concerns in this motion? I'll call the question. All those in favor? All those against? This motion is granted. So please let it be known that we, the committee, find that this hearing has passed all 4 tests that we considered, that the variance is minor in nature. The variance is requested is desirable for the appropriate development of the use of lands, buildings, or structure. The variance maintains the general intent and purpose of the official plan. The variance maintains the general purpose and intent of the zoning bylaw. So for your information, Dave, there is a 20-day appeal period. So that will expire on August the 3rd. So at that time, you'll have the go ahead, depending on how things go, I guess. So at this time, then we will conclude this hearing. It is now completed. Thank you for attending. This moves us on to item number 6 in our general business, and we have the circulation of remuneration sheet. So I believe Michelle is recording. And just to confirm, we have upcoming hearings, August the 11th and September the 15th. Do we know if we have any applications for September the 15th? That's also the farmer's market. I wanted to go.
Well,
Do we have some already?
at the moment, we'll have to double check with Michelle, but I believe we have for August 11th, but not for September 15th. Is that correct?
Okay.
Michelle?
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Better
so you
better
have,
just check with Michelle, actually.
no, you will have 2 applications for your next meeting, but at this time, no other applications have come forward for
Okay.
September.
All right. Well, then I'll just have to let them know. So at this time, we'll do the signing of the decision. So we granted the recommendation for Mapleview Farms, and that was hearing 202109. And again, if for a recording secretary, we can have a show of hands, all those in favor and all those against. So thank you very much, everyone, for attending our Committee of Adjustment meeting. I look forward to seeing you all on August the 11th. I'm not sure, maybe in person. Who knows, right? As we move into stage 3 on Friday, but if not, this always works great for me because as I said, I'm going off and going into the pool. So stay cool, everybody, stay safe. Thanks so much for attending. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you. Bye-bye.